Next one here. This one is Batman 3, Lego Batman 3, Beyond Gotham. This is a dope game, man. This is one of those games that's ported to the Vita. They didn't skimp out at all. This is the full console version on the Vita. If you like Lego games, you played one of them, you played them all. They're all the same. Here or there, they'll change characters here and there. And, this one they're all fun. I love all Lego games, so I had a lot of good times with this one. Great game. And of course, believe it or not, this is probably the best version of Little Big Planet that I've ever played. And I say this because when this was released on the Vita, they utilized every aspect of the Vita. They even implemented the back touch screen, everything, all the little knickknacks and stuff that the Vita has, they implemented in this game. Great game. This was made just for the Vita, which means that you can't really get this experience anywhere else. This is an exclusive for the Vita. They couldn't even port this to PS4 if they wanted to. It's not going to be the same. This is one of those things where if you don't have a Vita and you've heard of this game and you wanted to try it, you're going to have to get a Vita in order to experience this. This is an experience. It's not just like a game that you just get. Also on the list of must-haves. Another 2 games here. The Walking Dead series, seasons 1 and 2. Unfortunately, obviously, the 3rd season, or the final season, was released, and unfortunately they're not releasing it on the Vita because Sony announced that the Vita will be dead in 2019. Therefore, there's no need for them to release anything else currently, unfortunately. But that doesn't change the fact that these games are great. They play just as good as everything on every other platform, and it doesn't skimp out on the Vita as well. So these are good games if you like the Telltale series. Persona 4 Golden. This game, holy crap, this thing took a lot of hours. If you like JRPGs, this is the holy grail of JRPGs on the Vita. This is, I can't say enough about this, man. If you haven't played it, you haven't gotten a chance to get into it. The only thing I would mention is that if you're not into Japanese storylines, like high school student storylines, stuff like that, then Persona probably won't be for you. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you love JRPGs like I do, I highly recommend it. Great game to own. I'm going to put it on my good pile right here. Next game we got here is Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. And again, this was actually first brought out to the Vita. And this is a console quality game. Then, I think it was like about a year later, they ported it to the home console. So it's kind of a weird transition. It started off as a portable, and then they ported that, and they cleaned it up and ported it to the PS4 and PS3 as a new game, a console version. You don't see that all the time, but that just goes to show how great the game is. Great game. Highly recommend it if you like Assassin's Creed and you like that series. Gravity Rush. This is another exclusive for the Vita. However, they did release the Gravity Rush for the PS4. They did release a home console version eventually. Before that, though, you were only able to experience this on their Vita. They also have Gravity Rush 2, which is available on the PS4. They didn't release it on the Vita, unfortunately. But again, this is a good game to get. If you're out and about and you like portable gaming, this is also an awesome game. Very Japanese though, very Japanese, but it's good. And this one, it goes without saying, Uncharted Golden Abyss. You have to own this game. This is a must-buy. You never played any Uncharted series, you like adventure games, you gotta get Uncharted. At Golden Abyss, this was an exclusive to the Vita. I don't think they ported it to anything else, so if you want to experience the Uncharted and not miss out, get this game. Enough said. Okay, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's an awesome series. I love Mortal Kombat since the Super Nintendo, I also owned it for Genesis. My older brother had a Genesis, and I had a Super Nintendo. So we had the game for both. He had it for Genesis. I had it for Super Nintendo, and I enjoyed both versions. This one's no different. I've played Mortal Kombat on pretty much every system, and the Vita doesn't skimp out. It's actually just as fun as all the other systems I've played it on. Love this series. I'm gonna put it on the awesome pile. Spy Hunter. I totally forgot about this game. This is an interesting story about this game, Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter, the video game right here on the Vita, was actually a movie release game. This was supposed to be a movie that never came out, that was filmed with The Rock, believe it or not. And again, the game never was released. So the game itself was in production as the movie was in production. And it just never went through, the movie. But the game still went through, and they actually did release the game. It's nothing special. It's an interesting game. It's fun. It is fun. It's nothing special though, but it's still fun though. It's a basic Spy Hunter game where you get guns and you get power-ups and explosions, and it's still a fun game. I recommend it if you haven't heard of this game. If you didn't even know about the story behind it. If that, it's good on its own. So I do recommend that. The Wolf Among Us. This is just like the other versions. If you like the Telltale game series, this is no different. It's a really, really cool story. I don't want to say anything about the story because it's one of those things where you have to play it, and I don't want to ruin it. Yes, it was available on the Vita, just like everything else these days. So I will put this on the side that if you have it already, you already know. So next one is a Unit 13. This is a third-person shooter. This one is actually really, really fun. It's very much made exclusively for the Vita. They never ported this series out to anything else. So again, this is one of those things that you can only play on the Vita. Awesome game. They made it really, really well done. They did a good job of the levels in the game. There's nothing that's too long, which is perfect for on the go. So you could pick up and play a level, and you're good. And then put your game away, and you can pick it up another time and continue playing and do another level. Awesome way to play the game. And I'm surprised that this wasn't. I'm sure it's because they didn't sell well, but I'm surprised this wasn't ported to the home console. And if they didn't, they should. So I'm going to put this on the must-have pile. Getting closer to the end here, but not too far. Here we got Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. This is a series that actually came out exclusive to the Vita. This is a side-scrolling Arkham series game, which is interesting. It's just funny because it's a side-scrolling Batman. Awesome. You get all the same Batman gadgets and everything like that. But the combat is still identical to the console version, which, if you could believe that, it's pretty fun, man. If you like that type of game, which I do, this is something that you have to get. And that's why I bought this. So put that on that side. And then we got the other Sly Cooper. This is actually the HD Remastered collection here. It's 3 games of the Sly Cooper series, all 3, all into one here. So this is every game that came out for PS2 and PS3 and brought out for you to enjoy all 3 games on the Vita. And now when this first came out, there was actually some slowdown and some stuff like that. That was, you know how they do these days. They release games too early, and they have to patch them later. Well, they did patch them, and it went from a version that was choppy and stuff like that to something that's actually playable now. It's locked at 30 frames per second. It's a fun series. If you like any of the Sly Cooper games, I highly recommend it. If you've never played one before and you like 3D platform games, pick it up. Here we go. Blaze Blue Extend. This game, woo! I put a lot of time into this game. Very tough game. But what's cool about this is that just like its home console counterparts, this game looks amazing on the Switch. It looks so freaking good that you're gonna just have a good time playing this, man. If you're not a good in the fighting games just like me, then I still recommend picking it up and just playing it. It's just a fun game. Even the arcade mode in this is awesome. You have to get this. I love it. Last but not least, Tearaway. Tearaway is one of those exclusive titles. This is the same company that came out with that made Little Big Planet. It's funny because this game, just like Little Big Planet for the Vita, used every aspect of the Vita, like the back touch screen, the front camera. Like, it's really cool, man. And it's one of those things where it is available on the PS4 and the PS3, but I would recommend playing it on the Vita. You have to play it on the Vita because it's an exclusive. They designed it for the Vita, so it's only gonna play better on the system that it was designed for. I mean, it's still functional on the other systems. I mean, you do use the touchpad and stuff like that, but it's just better to have it on the Vita. And that pretty much concludes everything, man. That was my take, and so let me know what your take is in the comments, and be sure to hit us up on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our podcast, broadcast live at 8 p.m. every other Wednesday. Once again, this was ALG857. Peace.